With new artist Ron Garney, Keanu Reeves' BRZRKR heads to Kickstarter. Writing his own comic book, Keanu Reeves is truly a god amongst men he reigns. Learn more about this, we must. Bring the comic to a much larger audience in a move that the publisher's hopes will. Heading to Kickstarter, the Keanu Reeves BRZRKR is now. Already has the funds to make and distribute the comic from Keanu Reeves. Boom Studios does in the direct market. Give the series they are hoping that the crowdfunding platform, which through Reeves' involvement, has the potential for mass appeal that many comics lack. Breathe a chance to, outside of the relatively constrained confines of the comics direct market, the massive movie audience, connect to some of those that love him, and those who primarily get comics at non-comics bookstores like Walmart, the growing audience.
Hey Yoda, wait a minute. So Boom just said that they're using Kickstarter to make BRZRKR even though they have the money to make and distribute it. Why would they do that? I know a lot of people use Kickstarter now for a lot of reasons other than just, independent people that want to raise money. But that sounds kind of shady.
Actually, much sense it makes, my young Padawan. Using Kickstarter as a means to pre-order limited edition box sets. Boom is including signed copies by Keanu Reeves and the highest tier for $25,000. Put yourself in the comic, you can, next to Reeves himself.
Oh, okay, I get it. They're just trying to keep production and distribution costs down by using Kickstarter. And now they can know exactly how many people want signed copies, for instance, by, using it as a pre-order system. And Kickstarter also has its own built-in audience, like YouTube, that uses it all the time, so that's smarter than just having all this on your own website that you have to go make people look for. Everybody knows what Kickstarter is.
Remind you all, I will as well, that the comic book industry, literally burning it is because of years of terrible writing, poor art, and agenda-driven storylines. Therefore, bypassing it all, an intelligent move it is by Mr. Reeves.
Are you serious, Yoda? They're actually trying to cancel Keanu Reeves over writing a comic book?
Actually, canceling him they are because comics pros, powerfully butthurt they have become over Keanu Reeves bypassing them to work with Boom and Kickstarter instead. Rather work with independent Boom than DC or Marvel.
But Yoda, all those comics pros on Twitter have been saying for years if you don't like their comics to not buy them. They spent the last decade pushing out all the normies that might have gone straight to the comic store after watching the Avengers or Batman at the movie theaters so they could buy all the merchandise in the comics. Now they have the audience that they want, which is just a tiny batch of weirdos all hyped up for garbage like the New Warriors or Captain Marvel. And they didn't want the audience, the biggest possible audience to sell to. They just only wanted the audience that shares their opinions about, their Twitter garbage like this. So all of a sudden, now they're worried about money because they wanted Keanu Reeves to bail them out of the hell that they created for themselves.
Yes. Tell your friends, please do not back BRZRKR also. If backed you have, cancel your pledges, consider, and towards independent artists, put your money instead. No. Do that, I think I will not. Gonna get all my money Keanu Reeves is instead, because breathtaking he is, while you will be broke. Feel like a scam. Why does this? Baseless accusations with no foundation. Why does this feel like? Oh, because it is. Provide the capital if a publisher can't to get a comic made. Except exploitation. What purpose does it serve? A better question have I do, Aubrey. Serve what purpose does your G.I. Joe comics do? Just a major F.U. to like everyone in this business. Boom, taking their Keanu Reeves comic to Kickstarter is flooded with it's an open platform. Doing anything illegal they're not comics right now. Your mentions would be, but luckily, tens of thousands of followers you don't have. Unfortunately for you, tens of thousands of followers Yoda has, and all of us see your retarded statement. We can now. Cockroach. Oh, poor baby Matt. That's circumvented. They're getting. Gonna do about it, what are you? No social media Keanu Reeves has. So scream into the void, you must, and punch your fist in the air, and cope. Fund a project. Why does Keanu not simply? Happening at Boom, what is? A very flashy pre-order run, this is at Kickstarter. The special edition of a comic they haven't read. Why would anyone pre-order? Purchased many things I do, that unsure of the quality, I am not, until read, watch, or use it, Yoda does. A dice roll in quality, video games often are, when buy them you do, on day one. Per example, learned about this the hard way, millions did, with The Last of Us Part 2 as well. That broad, literally enraged she is that $20 a page she was given to ink for a comic by Boom. Wonder how mad she would be that a moron with a puppet paid more to get to read Twitter posts by a disgruntled employee. Ironic, ain't it? Looking forward to the Keanu Reeves movie the most is pay the comic book creative team, Keanu and Boom, out of pocket because effing gross and exploitive doing a Kickstarter for it is. Well, keep looking forward, you must, for that movie, you tight-fisted yard bird. Already, the money is raised for the creative team 10 times over, thanks to Kickstarter. So why mad about it, are you? Regularly, Keanu Reeves gives massive bonuses and donates the money he makes to his own film crews, because a good guy he is. Now, shut up! Co-written and starring Keanu Reeves, Boom, you're making a book buy. Have fans eat some of the production costs and get free marketing campaign for your book on Kickstarter. Why the hell are you, if not just to try, when already coming out it was? Already, the answer you have said. But the most important part you have forgotten. A surefire thing comic books are not anymore, thanks to idiots like yourself shoving all the normal people from the industry. Therefore, a wonderful way crowdfunding can be to learn how much demand there actually is instead of overproduction into an uncertain market. And the most ignorant comment I have saved for last. The definition of net worth I shall explain. The value it is of a person's assets minus the liabilities they owe. Money on hand, it is not. Much tighter with spending, many likely will be thanks to 2020. So, blame Keanu and Boom, I cannot, for going this route with Kickstarter. But to say a nice guy he is not, when regularly donates nearly all of his money to children's hospitals, shows a profound amount of ignorance never before known to mankind. Hopefully, one of you pea-brained dummy knockers will actually try to confront John Wick out in the streets because mad you are over this Kickstarter decision. So, into a living pretzel, you can be turned by him. Maybe, finally learn you will, to be excellent to each other.